guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sayo for those of you that are new here, and this is a lifestyle and entertainment channel. And I always like to say that what I aim to do is just to make you guys take some time off of your busy schedules, off of the stress, and just sit back and relax and forget your stress whilst you're watching my videos. And I hope I've been able to do so with all the previous videos that I have done. Okay, having said that, if you haven't subscribed yet and you've been coming over and over to watch my videos, please do so. I was checking my statistics and I realized that most of the people that are actually watching my videos haven't subscribed to my channel. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Do you want me to sing for you before you subscribe? On a more serious note, guys, please just click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. Like, just click on it and subscribe to my channel. Anyway, today we are gisting. We're gisting about all this, whole COVID situation and how life has been and the things that I actually miss doing. Well, I'm in the UK, I'm in London, and we've been on lockdown, I'll say for over a year now. I'll say over a year. I know we had times where we were not on lockdown fully, but if I'm counting everything together, I'm just like, because it was in March last year that the whole lockdown thing started, and we're in March, almost the end of March again, and lockdown is only starting to ease off, because the vaccines have been going out and things are beginning to get back to normal, just little by little, but we're still in lockdown. So I wanted to just talk about these things, obviously, now that things are easing off slowly, and just to see how one will integrate back into the society, if I can say it like that. I know it may not apply to people in Australia, for instance, because it looks like there wasn't any strict lockdown measures in places like Australia or places like Nigeria now, for instance. Like, people are just doing things, everything goes. I feel like that's what's happening. There's no strict lockdown measures or anything. Some people are not even wearing masks and all of that. So it might not, what I'm going to say today, or the things that I'm going to talk about today, might not really apply to people that are not in the UK or people that are not in countries or cities that have strict lockdown measures. But I'm going to talk about it anyway because I felt, okay, I want to have it on record, so that when we are looking back 10-20 years later and we're talking about what happened during COVID, at least this will be on record for me, or for my children's, or for my children's. And also I wanted to talk about it in the sense of being thankful. I wanted to talk about it to help people to remember to be thankful and be grateful for whatever situation you find yourself or where you are. You'd understand why I'm saying this along the line, while I'm talking about the things that I actually miss doing. Okay, so we're going to go straight into it. The first thing that I actually do miss doing is hugging. Yes, you heard that right, hugging. Don't get me wrong, okay? It's not like I go about on the street hugging everybody that I see. No, that's not it. But I'm talking in the sense of the fact that I don't have to think about it before I proceed to hug my friend. I didn't have to think about it before, but now it's something that you just pause and say, I'm going to give you an example. So last year in August or thereabout, when we had that period where the lockdown was eased here in London, so I have this group of friends, mom friends, where we just go with our kids and we just have like a little play date or whatnot. So I went to see one of them and we met in the park, and where we met, at the point where we met, once I saw her coming from, we're all smiles, like, oh, I haven't seen you for a while and stuff. But then when we met, it was like, okay, should we hug or not hug? I wouldn't have had to think of that before. So there was this awkward, like, can I hug you, girl? Can I not? Kind of thing. That's the sense of what I'm talking about. The fact that I didn't have to think about it that way before. But now with the whole like coronavirus thing, one has to now, because we're keeping social distance, can I hug you or can I not? Just that feeling is what I'm saying that I miss. So it's not like I'm hugging everybody. Husband, if you're watching, I don't need to go and be hugging people. Okay, thank you. Another thing that I miss is going to the salon to make my hair. This hair that I did is DIY. I did it myself. It's not too bad. Like, I'm not such a DIY queen. I'm not a DIY person, DIY. No, I'm very sorry. I was saying it in my Yoruba video last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't know, that I could be very lazy, and it's the truth. But I enjoy, sometimes I enjoy doing these things. Like, okay, I just want to sit down and make my hair by myself, you know, or sit down and make something, sew something, or you know, just sometimes. But it's not all the time. I'm not a DIY advocate, unfortunately. So I really do miss having to go into the salon and someone to just help me, like because my hair dresser or hairstylist, whatever you used to call it, when she washes my hair, she massages it. She's like, oh. So I feel that, I feel like I've gone for this spa session whenever I go to make my hair. But I've not been able to do that for a while now, and it's just paining me. So I can't wait for the lockdown to be lifted so that I can actually go out to do that. Another thing is going on public transport. I haven't been on public transport for a year now. So I mean, I've taken Ubers in between, but I can count how many times I've been in Ubers. But if I cannot walk to where we are going and somebody is not available to drive me to where we are going, i.e. my husband, because yes, I haven't passed my driving test just yet. I said that in the first video I did this year. That is one of the things that I'm hoping to do this year. So yes, don't look at me and say, so you can't drive as old as you are. I know. Don't guilt trip me. I already know that I do not know how to drive. So don't guilt trip me. But anyway, yes, so if husband is not there to drive me and there's not somewhere I can walk to, then I ain't gonna get on the bus, man. I have this anxiety that I think it's just me, but I have the anxiety that COVID, confined space, COVID and stuff like that. So I haven't been on the bus since lockdown of last year. So it's over a year now since I've been on a bus or on a train. Whew, wow. So I can't really wait. I can't wait to go back. I can't wait for things to ease off. So I do miss going on the bus or on the train. Another thing is eating out. I used to meet up with my friends a lot. So I'll say not a lot. Okay, not a lot really. I'm probably exaggerating, but we used to do this like weekly or fortnightly hangouts with sometimes with my mom friends, and even before I got pregnant, before I had a baby, sometimes with my friends. Just generally we say, okay, let's meet, let's hang out and stuff like that. But that hasn't happened in almost a year now. Can you imagine that? And these are things that one didn't have to think of before. Like before, you just say, okay, we want to meet, and somebody will just book a reservation and we'll all go out, just hang out, have a nice time, come back home. But now everything is locked down, locked up, locked out. like so one is not able to go to the restaurant and just have a meal and hang out. So I do miss that. Actually do miss that. So it's actually one thing that I'm looking forward to once this whole lockdown thing is over. It's one thing I just want to go out and just eat out. Okay, I'm tired of cooking food in this house. I'm tired. Shh. No, I'm joking, guys. But yeah, I just really want to go out and eat something different and just eat out, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Also, going to the cinema. Oh, I miss going to the cinema. Guys, because it's one of my absolute favorite things, going to the cinema. Oh, you guys, you don't understand. If you have watched my intro video, you'd have seen how I told you guys that I really love watching movies. I love watching movies, and I talked about it when I was in that Yoruba video as well, that I'd rather just sit down and be watching movies. It's like they have used film to do me. So going to the cinema is such a big deal for me. That was one of the things that we used to do our date nights, pre-COVID. Just say, okay, we're going to cinema this deal and stuff like that. So, but I miss it. The cinemas have been closed for a year now. Wow. So I'm looking forward to it. Another thing that I miss is window shopping. Not shopping, no, window shopping. Yes, you heard me clearly. Window. My husband normally says that I am Ijebu, that I don't like buying things. And sometimes I tell him that I disagree with you, because I buy stuff. I buy things. I buy a lot of things, especially shoes. I love buying shoes. Anyway, story for another day. But more than shopping, what I love doing is window shopping. Guys, you don't even understand. I used to work in Stratford. And if you know Stratford very well, if you're familiar with London and you know Stratford, then you know that there's a shopping center, a big shopping center in Stratford. And what I used to do is after work, your girl, we now leave after work, we now go to the shopping center. Instead of me to be coming home, I will now go to shopping center and I'll be entering inside one shop to the other, one shop and the other. I'll be trying on things. Guys, I'm not even joking. I will go inside the shop, I'll carry shoe, I'll try it on, I'll take picture. I'll carry another shoe, I'll try it on, I'll take picture. I'll see hat, I'll wear it. How does it look? I will be. And most of the times, I'm not even ashamed. Like, guys, seriously, I will go into the dressing room and I would actually try on clothes. Sometimes, you know, like 50% of the time, I would end up buying a few things. But guys, the remaining 50% of the times, it's just for me to be like, oh, this looks really nice. But yeah, it's just that experience of having to just walk into a shop or just walk by a shop, you know, check or walk in and just look around and walk out. We don't have the luxury of that now because all of the shops are closed, you know, and that's one thing that I really miss in this whole COVID situation, just going into a shop and window shopping. So I'm looking forward to it when all the shops are open. I feel like even when the shops are open, there will be restrictions on maybe how much time you can spend or how you can enter into a shop. So I don't know how that experience will be post-COVID, but anyway, we'll see how that goes. If there's anything to share, then I'll come back here and share with you guys. And oh god, guys, my absolute favorite, I miss going to church. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy having the service online, but there's nothing compared to just being in the fellowship and the gathering of other believers. There's just something about lifting your hands lifting your hands in worship with other believers. I used to be on the host team. Host is like ushering team for Nigerian churches. I think that's what we call it. But yeah, I used to be on the host team, and just the feeling of welcoming people into church and leading people to their seats and just like chatting and laughing and seeing people worship, just that feeling of physical worship is what I miss. And I can't wait till, you know, we can all gather together in the same building and just lift our hands to worship God and just fellowship. Yeah. And then finally, I miss traveling. One will have to think twice now that how will somebody travel? Do I have to suit up with all the kids? I will not remove my mask throughout the journey. Somebody will wear a mask 24/7 throughout the flight. If your flight is 24 hours, you'll be wearing masks for 24. I'm probably exaggerating, but you get what I mean. You know, some borders are closed. Some places you cannot come into their country. And then even now, I think the borders are still closed here in London. You can't travel except you are going for work or for this or for that. You know, there are restrictions. Before, all one will have to think about is, okay, do I have the visa to the country that I'm going? Okay, when are we going? We just book the time, prepare in advance. You know, how much money do I need? What do I need to take? Those all those kind of things that you would think of before. But now, it's just the extra, where are we going? You know, is that place? Is there a lot of COVID in the place? How do we, especially now because we now even have a toddler, and we have to consider his own safety as well. Like, okay, you know, it's not as easy as it was before to just travel like that. So that's one of the things that I also miss. And again, I keep hammering on the fact that it wasn't something we had to give serious thought to before. And that's the point I'm trying to make. All of these things were not things that we had to think about. Like, okay, can I hug this person? Or am I able to walk into a shop to buy something? Or can I go to church to worship? These are not things that you think about before. And that's my point in what I'm talking about here today, that life happens and things just change. And sometimes we just feel like we're comfortable, and then something happens and it just, you know, we have to start re-strategizing on how to do things. And that's just life, unfortunately. But I just wanted to point out the fact that it just helped me to kind of like start thinking of things in a different light and just be extra grateful, you know, extra conscious about being grateful for where I am now. Basically, that's it, because tomorrow things can change and then you feel like, oof, what I was complaining about yesterday is nothing compared to what I'm complaining about today. So there will always be something to complain about, to be fair. There'll always be something that is not going the way you want it to go, but it's just the mental note and the fact that, you know, I just need to be conscious of being thankful for whatever situation. Yeah, so guys, please remember to be thankful, remember to be content with where you are, be happy, just find the joy from within, you know, to go through whatever situation it is that you're going through today. That you're going through. Okay, so guys, that's it from me. I'm sure there are other things that I haven't talked about or mentioned, and I'm sure there are other things that are peculiar to you based on where you are, you know, but these are the things that I've actually really missed, and I'm looking forward to being reintegrated into them once this whole lockdown and everything happens. I'm just looking forward to how things are going to change and the dynamics of things, or the flow of things, basically, and we'll see how that goes. Like I said, if it's worth coming back to share them with you, then I will of course come back here and let you guys know how things are going. But I want to hear from you as well. If you guys have anything that you miss doing, or that has anything that COVID has disrupted, basically, and that you miss doing, or that you wish that you could be doing, or stuff like that, let's just with me, let me know in the comment section below. And just let me you know, pour it all out. I'm here to listen to you to you, and I would interact with you in the comment section. But that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up, okay, and also subscribe to my channel. And what else, hit the notification bell just so you know when a new video is dropped. I'll see you guys next week in the next video. For now, please stay safe. There's still COVID, so please stay safe. And apart from COVID safe, just generally just stay safe and be good and be happy, be thankful, okay? And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.